Hi, it's Anne from the Useless Crafter. Okay, this is another special request from someone that just follows me. So please, if you have any special requests, I will do that tutorial for you. You just need to reach out and let me know. Okay, so we have a Vampirina for her daughter's birthday party. So here we go. Normally, I do the black background as just 65-pound paper. It's cheap. I get it on sale at Michael's or Joann's. And then, it's easy on your blade. And then all the colors that I put on top is I usually do glitter cardstock. It really pops. It's all wonderful. Now, this one, black is a big part of her image. So when that happens, I like to use black glitter cardstock. A couple things that you run into when you use black glitter cardstock is that normally I use double-sided tape, and either that's just your Scotch tape or the tape runner, except when you use glitter, you need to use glue because you run the risk of it not staying on. Now, the glue that I do recommend is this art glitter glue. It's just called art glitter glue, but there's no glitter. That was that was something I learned. So when you glue it, I wish that was the only thing that is different. When you use glue, a couple things happens. If you're not using glitter cardstock to glue on top of the black glitter, then the regular cardstock that you use, you run the risk of it warping a little bit. Sometimes it changes. You can see the discoloration. Sometimes it makes the cardstock kind of warp this way. So all of a sudden everything kind of doesn't sit flat. So what you need to do is, hold on. I use these coasters and I put the glue on top. And then I just take the, the piece and I will run it like this, and then I will slide it off like this to get all the excess glue off. And sorry, the reason why I'm doing this right now is I know I'm not going to do this Vampirina piece. I'm only doing the tutorial for someone, the design space tutorial. So when you do this, then you put it on top of your black glitter cardstock. What I do is I take something heavy like this, obviously without the glue, and I lay it on top so that while it's drying, it has something to keep it flat. And then what will happen is, when you're working on a 30-inch piece like this, I will, for instance, glue her eyes, and then I'll put something heavy for it so that it lays flat, and then I'll glue the bottom piece. So I'm constantly working on her body or the whole piece gluing, but I want to give it some time for it to dry and for it to dry flat, and for all the pieces to, stick before I lift it and then work somewhere else on the face. All right, so I'm sorry that was lengthy, but I promise you it was a sucky mistake to make. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this 30 inches. So the height, I'm going to do 30. 30 is sort of my magical number. Technically, I could go up to 33 inches because I do my slicing with squares 11 by 11. You could do 11 and a half by 11 and a half, but I hate dealing with half inches. So if you think about 11 inches, then you could do 11, 11, 11. You could go up to 33. But what I find is when I do 33 inches, then my width across, right now my width is 20 inches. So that means I'm going to cut her in half basically, right? When I go up to 33 inches, a lot of times I find that now, instead of just cutting in half, I need to go another row. So I'm then, instead of 6 squares that I'm dealing with slicing, I went from 6 to 9. And I just don't think it's worth it. So that's the only thing. It's extra seams, extra cardstock, a little bit more work, and no one is really going to notice 33 inches versus a 30-inch character. So that's my thought process, but you do you. All right. Sorry, still getting over that cold. All right, so we're doing 30 inches. Let's reduce this down to 25% so that we're not scrolling back and forth. Now, The thing that I see is, since we're using black glitter cardstock for the background, sorry, one more tip. If you choose to not do glitter cardstock and you did regular cardstock, like for instance, her face and the sleeves, and you didn't have glitter cardstock for that, then I recommend cutting all those pieces twice, because your first layer you are going to glue and you run the risk of it, of discoloration. But that's fine, because you'll have your second layer of the same image, the same thing, but now you can use double-sided tape to put the regular cardstock on regular cardstock. So if we're talking about her face, right, you're going to have the black glitter cardstock. You're going to have one layer of the purple or blue, whatever her color is. You're going to glue that down. And then you now have regular cardstock. You're going to tape another layer of her face on there. So it will look amazing and flawless. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's get started. So let's ungroup and let's get everything off of the black, and let's see what we have. Now, a couple things that I noticed right away. Let's just go to our color panel, okay, and see how many colors we're dealing with. So I see 2 purples, 2 blues, and I feel like that's one too many. And I also see this black right here that I don't think is necessary. Sorry. Let's go over here in color sync and see what pieces we have. So like this, what is that? That is, okay, that's this. It's a different color. I feel like it could just be black. So I think I'm going to, let's go to our layers. It's this piece right here. I'm just going to delete it. I don't think we need it. See, and we deleted it and it looks the same. It's just the black now back there. Okay, let's see. This glove, let's change it to pink, because we don't need another color there. So that's this. Let's go to color sync. And I mean, technically you can make it any color, but this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to grab it here and I'm just going to put it with her pink outfit. Okay, so now we have that pink. Her tongue is a different color. Now, if you have that shade, I'm just going to leave it like that, because I do think the tongue, I don't want it so bright. But if you needed to, I would make it one color as the pink. Her eyes, I want to make it, I guess I would keep her eyes a different purple so it pops out a little bit. So what is this? That's her face. Oh, this is the purple here. You know what? I would make her eyes the same color as the web. Okay, so I'm going to move these eyes and move it up here. So now you have a purple, you have a blue, a pink, and you know what? Let's just consolidate. There, you can't even tell that the tongue is so small. So now we have one pink, one purple, one blue, the white, and the black. Simple, right? 5 colors. I can handle 5. Okay. So let's move everything off. See, look how small that tongue is. It's like 2.5 by like this much. That it can be the same pink. No one will notice. Okay. All right. So let's now we're going to either slice or contour, because I want to like these eyes, for instance, I don't want to cut it like this. You have a lot of wasted space in between. So I want to basically ungroup it. Unfortunately, the way this was designed, I can't ungroup it by just clicking ungroup. So I'm going to either have to slice or contour. So in this case, I'm going to slice. So let's grab a square. And I'm going to make this square super big. I'm going to be using the same square to slice everything off. For instance, I'm going to slice this pink right here. This is her socks. So slice. And see, now that the socks are separate, I'm going to slice the second set of socks. Oops, I grabbed too much. Hold on. And the slice results you can just delete. So that's that. That's that. But now look at her socks. They're separate. Okay, let's do the eyes. And this might be too small. Let me make this 50 so we can see a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to grab these two and slice. Remember, you can only slice two things at one time. So it's basically my square and my image. Now, I have this in like, I call it like heavy traffic. There's all this stuff moving around. But with my cursor, as long as my cursor is only grabbing the image and my square, I'm okay. So like, look at all this stuff that's around. It's okay. Watch how I do this. So I grab two items. I know I only grab two because slice is available. It's not grayed out. Okay, so delete that. Now I have that sleeve. It's all by itself. So now I only have this. Now with this, I have this little piece in there. Totally unnecessary. I'm going to go to contour. I'm just going to get rid of it. No one's going to notice that that little piece is gone. I just don't want to deal with it. I promise you, when you're gluing and stuff, you don't want to deal with that small piece either. Okay, so let's continue slicing. Okay, don't need that. Now this piece is different or separated. Let's go and separate this piece out. And now all of that will fit on a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. And that's basically the purpose of this. Sometimes you don't have the option. It's too big. You have to separate it. But sometimes, like I think that was going to be too big. I forgot how long it was. But like this fits all on one piece of cardstock. But why, right? So let's separate that out. Let's get that down here. Let's slice that. So we got the teeth out of the way. And now we have the eyes. And we can just do it like this. And now when we go to cut it, instead of, however many inches it was originally, you can only use up like a 5 by 3. And then you have the rest of your 12 by 12 cardstock to use again for something else. Okay, are we almost done here? Let's see. What else do we have left? Oops, let me move this up. All right, let's see what we have left. All right, so let's do her body. I'm going to turn this over. Okay, let's do that leg. Slice. Let's do this leg. So see, this one is 10.3, which is fine, but it's 21 inches long. So unless you want to waste a 10 or a 12 by 24 piece of cardstock, I highly recommend doing it this way. Not only, could you do it, but what a waste, right? It's harder to deal with the scraps when it's all over the place. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So let's get rid of that. And I have a trick for those pieces right there. I'm actually, in a second, I'll make it bigger so you can see, but that looks like it's multiple pieces that are very small that I don't want to deal with. Okay, so let's get her arms separated. like so. Okay, so that's done. Let's get this other arm separated. And then let's see how big this face is and what we're dealing with. So this face is 10.3 by 9.2. Perfect. And you can even keep it like that. That's pretty efficient from a paper saving standpoint. So let me get rid of this. Okay. Come on. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger again. Sorry, I'm trying not to give you a headache here. Now, her face, let's make it even a little bit bigger because I'm having a hard time seeing it. Okay, her face. This little line right here is not attached to her mouth. I feel like we should attach it to her mouth. So you're not dealing with such a thin piece. This top part is attached. So this is what I would do. Let's bring in a circle. And when you insert things, it drops in the top left corner. So that's where that circle is. So let's move it back over here. Okay. And I'm actually going to make this even bigger so that we can see what we're dealing with. So you see this top piece is attached, but this is a separate piece. So what I would do is let's duplicate this. I'm thinking it would be good. Did it duplicate? Oh, okay, there it is. To secure it right here and right here. I don't mind this little gap right here. So let's make this super small. This is going to kill me right now. And I kind of want to do the same here. Look, I want to attach that. Okay, here we go. So let's make a few of these. All right. So here we go. Oh my gosh, come on. I want to make it small and it's not going. Oh my gosh, this is the second time I'm recording this. The first time Design Space slowed down so much. So I was like, forget it. I'm going to delete it and start over. And now you're killing me. Don't do this to me. This is not meant. Okay, there. Okay. As my soon-to-be 5-year-old daughter would say, come on, dude. Okay. Let's put it right there. I don't think you're going to notice it. It looks crazy right now, but trust me, you're not going to notice it. Okay. Watch. Okay, let's grab that and let's weld. See? But now it's all attached. I feel like you're not even going to notice that. Okay. Now that we're over here though, let's look at this. You're going to want to do it so that the dress is all attached, like right there. So let's make this. And I hate to do this. I don't want to end this and then tell you, oh, go look at my other tutorial to do it. But it's taking so long. Okay, here we go. I would do this so that all of that is connected, okay? Ah, jeez. Undo. Right, because it doesn't it one piece right there. Oh my good Lord. Okay. Come on, cursor. There we go. Oops. Let's just move this in here like, we can make it smaller. So unlock your image and kind of like, what just happened there? There, see, I made it really thin, okay? Let's see if I can pick it up and move it over. Okay, here we go. Come on, there. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me move this out of the way. Let's see if I can move this circle. This is not happening right now. Come on. Okay, so we want that there. We want this little guy. I'm going to move him a little bit like that before I bring it over to the dress, because I just have a feeling this dress is a nightmare for me right now. All right, I mean, that doesn't look so bad, but I mean, honestly, you can, okay, here we go. Let's see if I can make it. All right, I can't, but this is what I would do. Holy hell. All right, come on, cursor. Okay. And I want to weld it. And the reason why we want to do that, and I could have made that circle a little bit smaller. I totally agree with what you're thinking right now. Like, why? But I'm having issues with my system. But now you want to make this dress one piece. You don't want to glue down this little piece or this little piece. So I'm going to cut this video short because I have a feeling my system is just not working right now. But we've done a lot where I feel like you could go on and do this by yourself. Take a bunch of these little dots or like this little piece right here. Make sure that all your pieces are welded so it's one piece. Right here, add a little bit. Right, I would even get rid of that piece. We don't need that piece. Or even this piece. If you don't want to weld it, if you can't make a line going straight through, go to contour. Get rid of that little piece. Where is it? Good Lord, it won't even let me click on it. But do you see what I mean? Okay, sorry, this is not. Now it's crazy. You can contour and just get rid of that. Oh, it did get rid of it. I don't think it's going to change your image that much, okay? But that's what I would do for this one. I would do the same thing for this piece right here, okay? So you're going to have 2 X's and 2 Y's. 4 pieces. This should not, there's no reason for this piece to not be connected to that piece, okay? So take your circle, unlock it, make it super skinny, like tiny, slender oval. Stick that oval right here and weld it. Then you're going to go and remember, slice out everything like we did, okay? And then for this little gal right here, I know I hate doing this to you. Go to any other design space tutorial off the mat and you can do it for this girl. Okay, that's how I would do this. And I'm sorry, I hope this was still helpful. What a pain in the butt. I'm sorry my system is so slow right now. If it doesn't work for you, for the person who requested this, put it in your comments, ask me your questions. I will either, if I can answer it for you in the comments, I will. If I feel like it needs another tutorial, I will do it for you. But I hope that this is this gets you far enough that you can do it on your own. Okay. All right. Thank you.